Well, good morning, y'all. It is Sunday, June 21st. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Make sure you spend some time with your dad today. But we actually do have a chance of seeing some severe weather, so I'm not going to waste your time. Let's go ahead and look at it. So, today we have a level 2 out of 5 or a slight risk for severe storms, and that includes almost all of northeast Arkansas and southeast Missouri. And we have a 2% chance of seeing some tornadoes. That's not the biggest risk, although there's a chance that we may see a spin-up tornado in this line of thunderstorms that we're going to have. And we do have a 15% chance of seeing some damaging winds. So damaging winds, again, are our main threat. And then for some of extreme South Missouri and very, very north Arkansas, there is a chance of seeing some hail. We can't really rule out maybe a little bit of hail, maybe a little bit farther south, but the bulk of the hail is going to be north of us. So let's go ahead and get a look at some of the models and the observations. Alright, so this is a look at current radar and current temperatures. We got this little shower right around Jonesboro, but that's not doing anything really. So look at the current temperatures: Jonesboro 78, Walnut Ridge 76, Corning 77, and Kennett 81. So overall, it's pretty warm for it being this early in the day. And if we get a look at the dew points, it is muggy. Jonesboro 71, Walnut Ridge 75, and Corning all the way up to 77. Kennett 79. It is really, really muggy out there today, and that is going to be a driving factor for our severe storms today. So, before we look at the real detailed stuff, we're just going to get a look at the timing of these storms, and we're going to be looking at the HRRR. It's the model that we usually use the most whenever we're talking about severe storms. And if I can go back, this model run is not complete yet. There we go. So this is the latest complete model of the HRRR, and we're going to get a look at the timing of these severe storms, and we're actually going to compare some models today. So if we go hour by hour, this is 7 a.m. and this is at around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Just remember the timestamps up near the top. Maybe a couple pop-up showers this afternoon, but nothing severe. But as we go early into the morning, we're going to have a little line that's going to come in. It's going to bring some rainfall. But the bulk of our severe storms is going to come in around 3, 4, 5 o'clock. So this is going to be like your average Dixie Alley late night severe storm threat. That is what makes what they call Dixie Alley, and this is kind of Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee. What makes Dixie Alley so interesting is because a lot of our storms happen during the overnight when we're sleeping, and that's why they're so dangerous. But these storms are probably going to arrive probably around 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, so most of us will still be asleep. But I want you guys to get a look at another model, and this is called the NAM. Still an American model, but the NAM is predicting maybe a couple of pop-up showers this afternoon, but again, none of these showers will be severe this afternoon. As we go into the overnight, well, this model isn't really... This model's kind of weird because it is showing these storms are actually going to fizzle out before they even get here, which I do not believe that at all. I don't know why that model is... Hold on, let me see something. Let's keep going forward. Okay, there we go. So this model is predicting our storms. Well, this is being kind of funny. this model is a little bit different. This model predicts them to come in, the same time, but they're not looking as widespread. I don't think that model is correct. But anyway, so probably the timing is going to be around 4 or 5 o'clock. And if we get a look at some of our observations, first off is CAPE, convective available potential energy. This is one of the most important factors that we look at, and this is like the instability in the atmosphere, or storm fuel, as you could call it. And we're going to have a decent amount. I mean, we're going to see values up as high as 2,000 as we go at around 8 p.m. And this is going to be plenty of fuel for these storms to use to fire off in. So that is very important. And if we get a look at the dew points, the dew points are going to be high. So again, moisture, instability, wind shear, and a lifting mechanism is what we really talk about whenever we're talking about tornadoes. But also just severe weather in general. So dew points are going to be up there in the mid-70s. Maybe even around 75 in some areas. So it's going to be muggy. If we get a look at our wind shear, this is going to be important for tornadoes. We're in a 2% tornado risk, so you can't rule out a tornado. But a lot of vertical wind shear is important. And wind shear is just a significant change in wind speed and or direction as altitude increases. So we're going to have a decent amount of wind shear, not just a bunch, but we're going to have a little bit of low-level wind shear for these storms to use. So that is why we can't rule out an isolated tornado or two. One more thing that we'll look at is storm relative helicity. Again, this is like the lifting mechanism that we talk about for these storms. And we have a decent amount of helicity as well. So yeah, especially as you go really late tonight and early tomorrow morning, we're going to have a lot of helicity. So again, the main threat is going to be damaging winds. An isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. It's what we call a QLCS tornado. It's a tornado that happens with the line of thunderstorms, a strong line of thunderstorms like we're going to be seeing today. So it's not impossible. Maybe some hail. You can't 100% rule it out. I know that Paragould, Jonesboro, and Walnut Ridge are outside of that 5% hail risk, but you can't rule it out. And places like Cherokee Village, Ash Flat, and Salem, they have a larger chance of seeing some hail. So let's go ahead and get a look at the extended forecast. So today, high of 90. It's going to be very, very warm today, 20% chance of rain. And then tonight, low of 74, we're going to have a chance of thunderstorms. Early on, it'll probably be about 40%, but as we go later into the evening, it'll jump up to around 80%. And then tomorrow, high of 84, showers, and then a chance of thunderstorms. We're going to see those thunderstorms come real early, probably around 4 or 5 a.m. Monday night, low of 68, 30% chance of rain. We do have a slight chance of some thunderstorms. Tuesday, 30% chance of rain, high of 82. Tuesday night, low of 68, partly cloudy, then a chance of showers. Wednesday, high of 84, chance of thunderstorm, 30% chance of rain. Wednesday night, low of 69, chance of seeing some thunderstorms, 40% chance of rain. And then Thursday, high of 85, chance of thunderstorms, 40% chance of rain. So we will have rain chances pretty much all week. So before I get off of here, I want to look at the Weather Prediction Center models. So we talk about today is mainly a damaging wind threat. Although there is a chance that we could see some flash flooding, we are in a slight risk of excessive rainfall for today and tomorrow. And as we go even further into the week, we're going to be in a marginal risk of excessive rainfall. So flash flooding, isolated flash flooding is still on the table. Again, turn around, don't drown. That's what the National Weather Service says, but as you can see, we're going to have this front that's going to move in, and that's what's going to bring our severe storms. So, again, main threat, damaging winds, An isolated tornado cannot be ruled out with our strong line of storms, and flash flooding is possible in some areas. So make sure that you have multiple ways to get warnings, multiple ways to get alerts. Make sure you have your phones charged up. If you have any backup batteries, make sure those are fully charged because you just don't want to risk it. Make sure your NOAA weather radios have working batteries in them. Just check the batteries. Make sure it all still works. And make sure that your weather radios are programmed as well. Make sure that they are programmed with your county. I like to put the county north of me, the county west of me, and the county south of me. So, if something changes, I will do another video, and there's a chance that I do a video tonight. I don't know if I'll stay up to go live or anything, because they're going to be coming in so early, like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. I just don't really know if I want to do that. But I will post a short to show you guys how to program your NOAA weather radio so you are prepared for tonight. But you guys have a great Father's Day. Shout out to all the dads watching. Make sure you go spend time with your dad. Today should be pretty good, as we are not expecting the severe weather to come in until later. But you guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all later.